Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Electric Theater Radio Hour Update Time. We had Mr. Ted Vega on the show, I don't know, 8-9 months ago. I'll get the exact episode for you. And he was making his case for Rollover Pass and keeping it open over in Bolivar. And so he contacted me a few days ago, wanted to come on and give us an update, and he has some information to read to us. So welcome, Ted.
All right, George, I sure appreciate the opportunity to come and visit with you again and share some more news with your listeners, hoping that what I have to say will enlighten them on the current status of our battle, the Gilchrist Community Association. We've been battling with the land commissioner over this Rollover Pass permit application. Now we're going to be battling the Galveston County judge and Commissioner Ryan Dennard.
All righty, well, it's update time, so what you got?
Okay, so here we go. My name is Ted Vega. I am the president of the Gilchrist Community Association, who is the caretaker of Rollover Pass, which is located on the Bolivar Peninsula. I would like to say a few words and bring your listeners up to date on the attempts to take Rollover Pass away from the people of Texas. For those that do not know, Rollover Pass is a 200 feet wide by 1,600 feet long strait that connects the Gulf of Mexico to the upper end of Galveston East Bay. It was opened in 1955, and its purpose was to enhance the quality of East Bay. Rollover Pass is a poor fisherman's dream. It offers truly quality fishing literally out of the back of your truck. You can drive right up to it. You can roll your wheelchair to it. It is open to all ethnicities and all classes of users. It is all about equal access and equal rights. It was bad enough that the community of Gilchrist was devastated by Hurricane IKE in September 2008. Now we are in the battle of our lives with the General Land Office and County Judge Mark Henry and his commissioners. Texas Land Commissioner Jerry Patterson is quoted in the Houston Chronicle on September 16, 2008, saying, "Gilchrist will be nothing more than a beer joint and bay camp." Many residents and property owners on the Bolivar Peninsula were highly displeased with this language coming from an elected official. The Gilchrist Community Association continues the battle to prove the above quote completely wrong and totally out of line, since Jerry Patterson, the commissioner of the Texas General Land Office, issued it shortly after Hurricane Ike made landfall on the Bolivar Peninsula. Recently, in a gross example of government overreaching in violation of private property rights, the General Land Office of the state of Texas went to the Corps of Engineers and applied for and received a permit to close Rollover Pass. Not only do they not own the land in question, they did not ask the landowner of the land, the Gulf Coast Rod, Reel, and Gun Club. If they could, they just did. If this wasn't bad enough, they are seeking to remove the best public access fishing location on the upper Texas coast. It is a high-quality recreational resource available to handicapped and less wealthy fishermen, women, and children of the coast. Persons who cannot afford boats and motors, who have been coming to Rollover Pass for generations. Furthermore, the grounds on which they are overreaching do not hold up. It is a land grab, pure and simple. Now, how would you feel if the government came to you and told you they had applied for a permit to take action that would destroy your property? How many of you citizens out there would stand still for an arrogant, oppressive government agency telling you what they were going to do with your private property? When Governor Perry signed House Joint Resolution 14 into effect, he stated, "Land ownership is an essential part of Texas culture, and we owe it to our citizens to protect their rights as landowners and members of the community from government entities that overstep their bounds and abuse the eminent domain process." Property owners' rights strike directly to the heart of values we hold dear as Texans, dating back to our revolution for freedom from Mexico. The Gulf Coast Rod, Reel, and Gun Club is the undisputed owner of the tract of land for which Rollover Pass was excavated decades ago. This agreement was made with the predecessor agency, Texas Parks and Wildlife. This agreement gave an easement to the state of Texas to construct and maintain Rollover Pass on land owned by the Gulf Coast Rod and Reel Gun Club. In April 2013, a federal lawsuit was filed against the General Land Office, Jerry Patterson, and the complete Corps of Engineers. We are represented by a well-known law firm of Blackburn and Carter. A court is where issues should be resolved, and not by some deal-making by two politicians who are 30-year friends. And I'm talking about Mark Henry and Jerry Patterson. The Land Commissioner, Jerry Patterson, states 3 reasons why Rollover Pass needs to be closed. 1, to protect peninsula homeowners from erosion. 2, to save money associated with the increased dredging of the Gulf Coast Intercoastal Waterway, and to protect the ecology of East Bay. We disagree with all three assertions and will defend them in a court of law. Here's a quote from Mark Ray, the CCA Texas chairman. Anytime you can open a pass between the Gulf and Bay, you are creating a tremendous benefit for the Bay and the anglers who enjoy it. So I ask you and all involved, why do you want to close something that is a tremendous benefit for the Bay and anglers? What is the true reason Jerry Patterson is insisting that Rollover Pass be closed? This I don't know. I've heard people say, just follow the money. I'm beginning to believe it. And now, because the General Land Office has no power of condemnation, the GLO is trying to force Galveston County to do their dirty work for them by asking, or perhaps coercing, the county into condemning our property on their behalf. On October the 2nd of this year, the GLO and county signed a memorandum of understanding, a legal contract, I might add, that was negotiated by Precinct 1 Commissioner Dennard, giving the county up to $1.5 million fund to do whatever they need to do to acquire Rollover Pass, including the use of condemnation. Why? Jerry Patterson and his tactics. Is this the type of political action you desire of a person who wants to be the Lieutenant Governor of Texas? It is a high time that the bullying from state government stops. To date, Galveston County has not acted, but let's be clear, it will be a gut check on whether the members of Commissioner's Court are really concerned about overreaching government or not. This is an issue that puts the rhetoric of support for private property rights to the test. I say to Jerry Patterson, if the GLO wants to close Rollover Pass, then go to the same legislators you got Senate Bill 2043 passed and have them give you the authority to take private property away from individuals. For Galveston County Mark Henry and Precinct 1 Commissioner Dennard, here are some facts for you to consider. Since March 2013, we have collected thousands of signatures of people who don't want the pass closed. Over 10,000 people have paid a parking fee. This, along with donations, has funded the fight to keep the pass open for all. These monies are going to our legal defense fund. This has gone well, another reason you should listen. Also, an online petition was initiated. All Galveston County Commissioners, County Judge, and Jerry Patterson receive an email from each signer. Once again, you have not listened, and while I'm at it, Commissioner Dennard, you don't listen to the people in your own precinct on issues that are important to them. Somehow you've taken away the local JP system. There is no transportation, no medical clinics, and guess what? You require houses to be built higher, and you have no ladder truck to put out a high fire or rescue someone. Or are fire hydrants even in good order? These are some of the things you should be working on. I could go on, but you won't listen to the very people who put you in office less than a year ago. If anybody has any questions, they may reach me at my email, ted.vega@gmail.com, or you can go to our webpage, www.rolloverpasstexas.com. Please sign the petition and share it with your Facebook friends. And I do appreciate the time to talk to you.
No problem, Ted. That was very, very well stated, and you have some excellent points. Now, have you sent that into the Galveston Daily News by any chance as a guest editorial?
No, sir, I haven't, but I would do it. But I'm afraid that the Galveston Daily News will not print most of the things that I say, even though I believe they're really the truth. I haven't exaggerated in any way. Everything I've said is factual and the best of my knowledge. But I will give TJ
Go straight to Heber Taylor. They'll print it. It has to be a certain amount of words. I think maybe 500.
Yeah,
so you may have to do some editing. But that is very, very clear, very well stated, and I think you make an excellent case. And I think you need to get that letter itself to everybody you possibly can and get it published in black and white print for everyone to read, plus continue your efforts in person. Now, what's the next step?
Well, currently, we are going through the federal court process.
When is that supposed to happen?
There should be a jury trial sometime in 2014. Just have no date yet. I believe there's going to be some depositions and things like that. So the process is still going to the courts the way it should be. And the other thing that we are concerned about is Galveston County Commissioner's Court going forward with the request or the demands of the General Land Office to use their condemnation power against rollover pass property owners. This is a very terrible tool. I tried to tell the commissioners, like I said, we've gone to the commissioners court. We've told them not to mess with this until the federal court issue gets resolved. But no, they're just pushing forward and forward, and I hope somewhere along the road a federal judge slaps this judge, which I call a real judge, and lets him know that he should not interfere with an ongoing litigation. We have not done anything, and we respect the county commissioners court too, but there again, Rollover Pass has been open for 55 years. So I ask, everybody, why in the heck all of a sudden the county commissioners are going to go ahead and try to condemn this land when they could have done it any one of the 55 years ago?
Now, you have a lot of excellent points, and I want to thank you for coming on and sharing that with us, and we're behind you. So anything you have, send it in, any updates, and once more, tell people how to get in touch with you.
Okay. You can reach me directly at my email. It's ted.vega@gmail.com, or you can reach me through our webpage, which is www.rolloverpasstexas.com.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on. Have a good trip back there across the big ferry to the peninsula.
Okay, and happy holidays to you, sir.
Oh, yes, I almost forgot about that. Thank you.
The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. The prairie sky is wide and high, deep in the heart of Texas.
The sage in bloom is like perfume,
Deep in the heart of Texas.
reminds me of the one I love.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Stell ich nachts mein Radio ein, hör ich Lieder aus Texas und sing ich laut, wie ich singen kann. Live in the heart of Texas, the rabbits rush around the brush. Deep in the heart of Texas, the cowboys cry, "Hi, yippee-yi!"